Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Playing a Heimerdinger montage. Now we'll see if there's any montage material in a bot side dive. I was thinking about it. Dodges out on that W. Level 2. Can they teleport in? I don't know.
It's very dicey. I think the teleport now is going to be too late. It's a decent route, but I don't think the tower aggro came through at any time in a good space. They will get one back, but the damage in many ways is already done. And unfortunately, Hung had already dropped tower aggro, so no additional aggro hook on
lane. So that's a bit of an awkward moment for him, but still keeps himself safe. We're yet to really see the game-breaking plays happen in this game.
Nice shove back into the tower with a W. Decade will get back out, but the turret shot flying outwards means Decade. I think he could have used a few more years before he starts taking that fight. It's about to get more dangerous. The all-out continues. Nandova strike.
Okay, you just have to press your ult in that combo somewhere to avoid that turret shot. Doesn't end up doing so. Goes down. Dive on the other side as a cross map.
Oh, well, he's just dead. It's a big stun back, though, so I think Doggo dies regardless. So, yes, they'll get a kill, but once again, another wave denied.
Yeah, sad thing for Doggo there, as he ends up going down again. But this time, at least he gets the kill. Something ourselves, and then they ran out a cannon line, and they lost a third of their unit. It was really, really bad. There's a teleport here. We'll see if their cannons can exact a toll this time. I don't think so, though.
Could be a lot of damage. I want he gets over the wall, and that means Ultra Prime have gone very deep, and there's still that empowered turret there, alongside a flash for the chains of corruption, puts Joy into a difficult position. The Magnet Storm comes flying on through, but now Hacker needs to back away. Flash for the Twisted Advance, can't quite get far enough away. A kill onto the Maokai, and Ultra Prime go too deep, trying to claim the Tristana. It's the Heimerdinger, another Yordle to work with.
And the cannons fire back, cannons to the left of them and to the right of them. Ultra Prime, they overestimate themselves. As you were saying, they go too deep. I wonder who baits them in really too far. They're going to get themselves now a second dragon, get themselves a significant gold lead, and sadly for the side of Ultra Prime, will start to get big advantages. And with that, it means that you can't really look for a cross map here. You've got the ultimates coming through.
Doggo, remember, no flash, no teleport. It's a good knock-up from Jue, actually. Another flash in to get Iwandi. Every tower type this guy has died, but they will secure a kill at the very least.
Iwandi goes down again. He goes back and he goes, guys, I've got Moralized now. I'm going to help the next time. But this Heimerdinger is not a tower diving champion. Great play from Jue. I really think this Nautilus is being a big factor for how Ultra Prime are staying in this game. Make sure that the ultimate doesn't hit him as well from the Varus. Now Jay, just as we praised him, goes down in the jungle.
Unfortunately, there's no way for Jue to survive, and he is taken down. That is a kill for Fofos Tristana, who, yes, only claimed a single plate, but has been farming up a damn storm well ahead of that 10 CS a minute mark. Bot lane stay claims that turret, and Ultra Prime, those visions of that upset for playoffs looking increasingly dicey as Decade now on the wrong end of a big stun grenade, trying to run away, but with the Rhyalized slows, there's just nowhere to go. Getting soloed out by the Heimerdinger. The turnaround is pretty good though. And wait, there's the passive shield, and Decade gets one back. A little overeager, but now Wayward goes all out through the rel to claim the Camille, and Wayward gets to back away with the Ghost, so it's still maybe Nami could be one.
Well, if I can squint, maybe I could see Ultra Prime in a lead this game. That's not exactly happening very easy either. Full eyes wide open though, catching the Heimerdinger.
That's not a bad little pick. He will flash away to no avail. The turnaround though is still really obnoxious. Every time they run at the Heimerdinger, the price is still a kill back. This time around it's not. It's still sole point though for WE, so they've killed off a Heimerdinger for a 5th time. They have failed, however, to stop this dragon stacking. Turn onto Jue though means so much damage back. I mean, the Nautilus goes down. Into the backline is Decade, who's just there with no way out. This Camille looking like a pair of kitchen scissors, no lethality to them at all.
They're blunted, they can't even cut through the plastic. You can see that the first kill, that was fine, but they just don't have the damage. Once those ultimates are down, they're going to have to now defend without those ultimates. Whoa, Hacker dies for the Herald stop, and I don't even know if it'll save the turret.
The guy is here, but again, I don't know what that's going to do. Is Fofo just jumps on the Karma, who has to flash away as Fofo's bomb just detonates on top of their head. This turret is dead to rights as well. Only 3 grubs is more than enough, and they claim 2 turrets and the dragon for the price. See it in the item discrepancies, you can see it in the map control discrepancies, and now we just group up as 4 here with all the zone control they own. Begin to do some damage. The ultimate comes across from Maokai. Nature's Advance comes on in, and Iwandi, sorry, Jue, I apologize, dies trying to defend the turret. Nothing to be done as WE just continue to turn the screw.
this is why Maokai is one of the best champions in the game when it comes to mid and late game. As soon as you look towards the turret, he has flash, has ult. Maybe that could be the big play. Dragon's not been started up properly. Here come the teleports.
Trying to find a way into the backline.
Oh, he's teleported away!
And the WWE were already in the blue side jungle. That means Yokai dead to right as Wayward once again goes all out as Hacker. Must try and get away, but unfortunately for him, this internet security was just a little bit too strong. Nothing to hack. But a very empty bank account on their own side. Decade will try and go all out again against Wayward, who just picks him off. That Hextech ultimate just not enough to work his way through the massive health bar of Cassante. And Soul is claimed by WE and Ultra Prime. They were working blind. They took a gamble. They weren't on the Soul. They were waiting to pounce.
An Ultra
Soul Flare, but we were just pathmakers forwards, absolutely unheeding of any damage that might come towards him. Flash on him from Hung, who gets a twisted advance, trying to get some damage back, and it's already a very dead Karma. Now they can flash forward for the change of corruption, the turnaround with the Magnus Orb, but there's no follow-up. Everyone is dead. Immediately grounded as they fly on in.
What a great game Hung is having on this Maokai. Stops, has a 3-man Bramble Smash, stops the turnaround engage from Hacker with a Bramble Smash knockup as well. And this tree has stood firm against the storm of Ultra Prime. 1 game of victory is all they needed to get themselves into playoffs over TT.
Oh.
And with another kill, they are marching their way towards that.
Stay just is not messing, and WE will stay in the race for playoffs. They will lock themselves in fact. How far can they go? And WE not quite there yet. They don't quite have the minion wave, but another one's coming in. Do they want to stay? It looks like they will. It's going to be a recall for this Dragon Tamer Tristana, who teleports right back in on the cannon minion. Game's about to end.
Dogger just ate a huge arrow, so we can't stick around to wave clear. Varusol hits Maokai through WE into playoffs.
Ultra Prime put to the sword. It only took 1 game. That was all they needed, and WE have succeeded. They have made the cutoff point. No longer at threat of missing out. They will make plays. Pretty self-sufficient in terms of their ability to farm from range.
So, Ultra Prime, they have themselves a very long-range backline. We have seen some Graves center compositions from the likes.
A very early gank, not necessarily what you expect from a
It's
Graves.
not an easy level 2, but it's on the wave crash. What can they get here?
Okay, going forwards goes Awandi, but now Hacker just gets to quick draw in, look for some damage. I think they've just gotten the kill. Trying to get one back, flash forward, can't get the auto. First blood to the Graves.
Flash Ghost away from Doggo. Iwandi so close to getting a kill.
Be a delay on the damage dealt, because now Doggo has no way to get out at a 3rd HP. Hung will just leap strike over the wall. It's a decent hook onto the Jax, and actually Doggo is spending a fair amount of time. Now he gets rooted onto the turret, but they just haven't got aggro. You're right, they tried to make it happen, and the HP bars get low, but no one dies, and it's just a delay. And actually, do they want to come over here?
Well, sadly, that Breath of Light didn't actually get any damage down at that point. Right now, though, all Yuakai's doing is looking for stacks. I don't really think they're looking for a fight here. You don't have the A-Sol and a really good point of power, which means that Ultra Prime shouldn't be jumping up like this.
Yeah, that's a bit bold, because, of course, their mid-jungle backs away, which leaves the bot lane out to dry. Doggo throws down the Curse of the Black Mist, but I think all it really does is delay Santa being put into an early grave.
Yeah, and it just means that, again, WE, not only do they not have 6 grub buffs, they don't get to push in waves nearly as easily because they get cleared so well. Ultra Prime continuing the push towards topside, Wayward getting chunked out. You have a center and a Graves wailing on the turret with all of this grub buffs, and WE, they are not responding well to this.
They've taken Dragon, and you can see Hung is taking out Raptor Pit, but now Wayward gets a shove back. That's actually pretty good, and immediately, the moment you said it, the curse is real. They respond by getting a kill onto the Nautilus. They'll still lose.
Really, really well played from Wayward. Again, this guy has been such a stalwart for Team W in the top side.
And you see immediate teleport has to be summoned mid as they are aware that a dive might well be coming. The Herald is summoned and driven all the way into this turret. And now Iwandi from the backline with the quickness running, trying to get some CC in. The resets begin to fly. Excited as Jinx, who now picks up the Herald and runs it into a wall.
He misclicks, he misclicks. You can see that he's trying to run around. Clicks on the Herald, and sadly that means there won't be a second ship, just putting themselves in harm's way.
It's a bit of a disaster, that's for sure. Stay clearing up this dragon very happily. They get themselves to Soul. that really burned them towards the latter stages of the last game. Every time they'd looked to contest an objective, they had to fight through an absolute wall of darkness. And once again, it's their entrances to their jungle are about the only thing they can see right now. And
Wayward frontlining.
Wayward does frontline, begins to try and get something back here. The damage on the Decade is just monstrous. Down before the Dawning Shadow can even think to try and keep him alive. And now you're down an ultimate and a player and a collateral damage just before the Hextech Soul spawns.
Dre has Hook and he has a flash, but he can't quite connect it. Stay. The last of that Ghost and the resets help them keep themselves safe. So, Dragon started up by Team W. There is a smite from Hacker. He has a flash. Ultra Prime, they're trying to force the fight.
The Astral Flight comes on through and basically just gets rid of the shield. They're just backing away. They know they can't fight. The health bars are too low, and WE, that wall of darkness proves far too lethal. They face checked it.
Landed. Stay. Huge damage on the Jinx on the other side. Grace has died. Again, while we're in the replay, we won't even know why that happened, but you have Hextech Soul. Baron is up on the table. You don't have Smite, and all in the space of a couple of minutes, the scales have tipped in favor of WE.
WE's vision game, once they've gotten to the mid game, has been impeccable this series. It has been so oppressive. They know this is happening. There's no real way of stopping it. A great Pathmaker from Wayward denies the hook, but the slow is still pretty good here. So maybe the turnaround damage is alright. Fofo roams over to try and support the top lane, and the Baron's already gone, so Ultra Prime just have to back away, knowing the rest of WE could come and save their top lane, so they get absolutely nothing. The replay will show us it was a Raptor invade that goes very, very wrong from Hacker.
It's just huge amounts of mobility. Not been firing at all, and I really feel like Ultra Prime have struggled to get enough damage down. Yokai has an ult over the wall, can potentially live for a combo. Here comes the teleport. So they're looking for a fight here.
Astral Flight and a potential look. The skies finally descend. They'll get one. Well, what about the rest of the fight? Fofo very low. Redemption coming on through. Keeps him alive briefly. But for how much longer? The slow for the Rylance is still huge. They finally bring him down. But Stay alive. Half HP can keep on firing. Wayward finally here to try and body block. But the Astral Flight at the back end is pretty good. But Yokai has no mana left. Doggo so desperately low. And because of the lack of farm is just 4 levels behind most of the rest of the game. And WE's extended damage too difficult to deal with. They'll finally kill off Hung, but that's it. You've got some kills, but it's not broken the game. Yokai try to run away, and Astral Flight over the wall, and the dragon soars to live another day.
That was a fight of all time.
Further than that initial bush.
Oh, they've left mid lane alone. They're not in position to wave clear this one, so Stay is going to shred this turret, get a reset from that as well. Get excited, applies on that first tower you take.
Fofo desperately low, does get taken down. That's the trade for warding off Ultra Prime from their own mid lane type, but they've lost a member already. That combo finally beginning to fly on forward. Wade goes on forwards with the hook into the walls to get a death charge onto Stay, who's got a ghost running, but is just fine in the back end, but is not putting out DPS until just now. Now Iwandi has got the quickness running, trying to keep people locked in place, but only really managed to deny entrance into this.
Guys,
the hook goes wide. And we've got a Elder Dragon alive and a member down.
Exactly. Elder is alive. Mid laner dead. Stay has flash. We need to be careful about it.
Can come on down, and it's not really going to amount to all that much. The Porcelain ultimate comes on down, but it's really just a matter of tea being spilled. Hung into the backside, though, causes chaos. They get 2, but what damage is it causing? Huge last embrace, trying to keep people in place. They've lost too many in the back end of this as WE continue to throw down some Counter-Strike action. It's CSGO in the river. Headshots galore.
Fofo's teleporting back in. The smite is still available from Hung as well. He can just go over towards the Elder, and despite the fact that Ultra Prime get themselves a pick before the fight starts, it is not enough to secure themselves a late game objective victory. WE, they don't end the game here, but they get themselves a super buff, even with the teleport coming in from Decade. Realistically, how much is that going to achieve?
I don't think it's going to matter that much. Comes on over, trying to see if anybody was too low. And now actually could be in danger themselves. Will manage to immune the CC with the use of the blazing
game from Team WE, so they don't even have that extra added bonus. They need to be playing around multiple waves, but top lane, bot lane, pushed onto the other side of the map. Feels like WE's macro has really skipped a beat here, and now as they teleport away with the Hex Gates, they leave their AD carry!
And the combo lands. They'll get one back, though, meaning they kill off the Aurelion Soul, who was a lot on the wave clear. Maybe that's enough anyway, but they've lost Stay. How much more damage can they do? in the backside with a monstrous grand entrance that might see us to the curtains called at the end of this series. They lose the Graves as well, and despite killing off the Jinx, it's still a game loss for WE off a phenomenal counter engage. Jinx is avenged in the most satisfying of manners. The execute not going to quite blow into Doggo, despite the Soul Flare landing. Fofo missing another one there, but the Nexus falls. WE 2-0. And Ultra Prime put to the...
These were some of the best highlights from today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.